Welcome to Purple Beat Podcast, the podcast where every heartbeat has a story. I'm your host, Ayana Everhart, and today we kick off the first episode, very important episode, of what is pulmonary hypertension, who it affects, and why it is important with everyday single life of people living with pulmonary hypertension. Whether you were newly diagnosed, or you've had it for years, or you're a caregiver of someone who has it, or just combos. You are here in the right place. So before we get into the episode, we're going to do a post check-in. So, post check-in. Pulmonary hypertension is a rare but not invisible illness. You can't see it unless you are like pulmonologist or whatever. They want to see it. And this podcast is here to make sure stories are being heard. To begin, let's break down what pulmonary hypertension is. Going off my notes. Pulmonary hypertension, or PH, is high blood pressure in the lungs, but not the same with regular blood pressure. So that just takes time to think about it. Like, did you know what that meant, PH or pulmonary hypertension meant, before you saw this episode? And did you know that this pulmonary hypertension was out there for people? Let's take some time to think on it. So in PH, the blood vessels in your lungs become narrow, stiff, and thick. That makes it harder for blood to flow. Because of that, your heartbeat works overtime, and it's hard just to do its job overtime it can lead to so many problems. So let's breathe for a second. There are different types of pulmonary hypertension. There's pulmonary arterial hypertension, and then there's PH, which is the one I have. I have PH, pulmonary hypertension. If you want to know what pulmonary arterial hypertension, stay tuned for another episode. And everyone with pulmonary hypertension is different. So, it's like with people with sickle cell. I have sickle cell too. So people with sickle cell are different. People with pulmonary hypertension are different. They're like a girl online who has to use something, or go like diabetes, but it's not for pulmonary hypertension. She's different from me. I don't use that, but she does. And the pulmonary hypertension is different for so many people. Race, size, age. Yeah, that's it. Living with PH. For anyone living with pulmonary hypertension, like me, your life does not end when you get diagnosed. It started. Like, don't think because you have pulmonary hypertension, your life is over. Like, there's so many stuff you can do with pulmonary hypertension. There's a lot you can do. Some people take medications, and some don't. Like me, I don't take medications. A lot of people do. On Purple Beat, we are going to mention everything I can possibly can, or that I know of. And so we're going to get to today's spotlight. Today's spotlight is like for everyone in this pulmonary hypertension community and all the caregivers of people who live with pulmonary hypertension, because it is not easy living with a heart problem every day in today's society, especially in today's society. This includes this episode. This is a short and sweet episode. I want to end this episode to let you guys know you matter regardless of what you look like, where you come from. Everyone has a story. And thank you for listening to this first episode of Purple Beat Podcast. If you like today's episode, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the share button with someone that needs to hear this. Stay connected on all platforms. I have like Instagram, Facebook. No, I have Instagram and TikTok, but I'm soon gonna get a Twitter. Try to get a Twitter. Try to get TikTok. But follow Purple Beat Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. So new episodes coming. We're just getting started. This is quarter 1. Tune in to the next episode. Tune in to the next episode called My Diagnosis on November 27th at 5 a.m. And it's going to talk about how I live with pulmonary hypertension. So at the end of this episode, stay strong. Keep your heart beat purple. Love you guys. 1 half a heart. I give you the other heart. Thank you guys for listening to this episode.